Welcome back to Matters Education now, and Post-Training Skills Development PS Dr. Alfred Cheriot is at Maseno University to assess the level of preparedness of the institution as universities and constituent colleges admit final year students. Let's cross over live to KTN News. Kevin Ogutu, he is live for us on the ground. Kevin, good afternoon. What is the situation on the ground today on this first day of learning for final year students?
Well, thank you so much. We are right here at the Maseno University in Maseno Town, and just some minutes back we had a brief by the PS for post-training skills and development, that is Dr. Alfred Cheriot, together with the Vice Chancellor of Maseno University, Professor Julius Nyabundi, who jointly spoke to us on the level of preparedness of this particular institution. We are talking about a record 4,300 students, final year students, that is, who will be expected to resume the learning right here in Maseno University. So according to the two individuals who spoke to us, the Maseno University is comfortable to accommodate the 4,300 students who are the final year students. Of course, this is coming at a time there are very strict guidelines issued by the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, on what is required of the various universities, both public and private, and their constituent colleges. So, like for example, right here at Maseno University, the lecture halls have been reduced by about a third, just to ensure that there's that social distancing, according to the Vice Chancellor of Maseno University, Professor Julius Nyabundi. And this also cuts across to also the halls of residence of the students right here, especially for those ones who are resided in the university hostels. Now, the next area of focus is when do they now admit the other students who are in other years. And of course, again, looking at the guideline that was given by Education CS, the priority is supposed to be given on the students who are taking science-based courses. So as I speak right now, post-training education development, post-training skills development, PS, Dr. Alfred Cheriot is moving around to see how do they now approach these other aspects of ensuring that the other years also get admitted gradually, so for the continuation of the learning. There are also gray areas here, Michelle, because we are talking about the basic testing of those who are coming from every other corner of the country. This is a public university, and we expect students to come from areas which has had serious cases of COVID-19, and also areas where we've had very little reports on COVID-19 infections. So the question is, how do you know whether the student who has come in from whichever part of the country or the continent, whether this particular student has the COVID-19 virus or not? Because some of these most of these cases are asymptomatic. But now this is something that apparently, according to the PS, it cannot really be achieved. It will be too much on the university to really test every other student who comes in, because that will be the surest way of ensuring that every other person who comes is either COVID-19 positive or negative. So this is something that they are living upon every other player, to really ensure that if there is any symptom that comes with any other student who comes in to continue their learning, then that can be addressed as quickly as possible. One other thing that was very elaborately put in that the resumption of learning in the university's guideline by the Education CS was that every other both public and private universities and their constituent colleges needed to be attached to a health facility. And for instance, here at Maseno University, we are made to understand that there is a clinic that can be of help to the student population who are here. So we are yet to know how the gradual accommodation of the other students will be conducted. But of course, after this tour, we also expect a more comprehensive brief from the PS, Dr. Alfred Cheriot, on what this means for those who are out there at home, because according to Education CS, the university senates and the councils are supposed to give dates when the other years are supposed to join for the in-person teaching. So that is what we expect from the PS on what really this means, because we have thousands of students who are out there and they are wondering now that everyone is talking about the final year students, what has now become of us. So that is something that we are keeping our eye on, Michelle.
All right, many thanks. Kevin Ogu to their live for us from Maseno University, painting a picture of the situation as final year students at institutions of higher learning return to class today since the COVID-19 pandemic. In the world of sport now, and Felipe Coutinho scored his first